it's not Uncle Sam, Rory, it's Uncle Tom taking your money. That's all it is.
Uncle Tom? Who's Uncle Tom?
I just made that up.
Okay.
Uncle Tom.
I was going to say, is there someone else I got to worry about now?
Nope, I'm just making up random people that are stealing our money.
You're scaring me enough, Nick. Too many people steal our money.
I fucking hear you.
All right.
Here we go.
Good morning, Nick.
Dante, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good.
It's me and you today.
That's it.
Just me and you. Johnny's feeling a little under the weather. Don't worry, guys. He is all clear. He is just not feeling too hot. So today, Nick, it's just me and you. We're gonna run it. We're gonna hold down the fort, and
right.
It's Friday. We're live on YouTube today. So everyone that's live, thank you for joining us. Make sure to put in the comments some questions, some stuff that you want us to talk about, and we'll be going through the chat. We have some good topics today, and let's have a good episode.
That's right. All right, we got episode 393.
392.
Is it 92? Are you sure?
That's what it says here.
Okay.
Was it 92
I
yesterday?
don't know.
Listen, I didn't touch
know.
this.
I thought I said 90. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong.
I'm not saying you're wrong either.
You know what? Fuck it. It's either 392 or 393. We're gonna cover our ass.
It's in the pit.
Yeah,
that's all
whatever.
that matters.
You know what? I mean, I'm getting tired of saying what episode it is. I'm getting old for this shit.
I feel bad for you.
Make sure you like and subscribe. Turn your notifications on. And Dante will give you a rundown of what's coming out over the weekend.
Yep.
And then we're going to get into some topics. We got some college basketball shit we got to talk about. We got NFL. I'm telling you something. There's some. This has got to be one of the craziest fucking off seasons I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't really think that so much happened with baseball. But, yeah, we'll just go through the topics and go from there.
All right. So we have a video coming out tonight at 5 o'clock. We have Lumberland Learns How to Cook a Fried Egg. Maybe you guys have seen a TikTok before. We did a TikTok, asked people if they know how to cook a fried egg. Some people said yes. Some people said no. We put that to the test. We had a special guest as well. We're not going to tell you who it was. You can find out when the video drops. I think it comes out at 5 o'clock tonight. So put your notification bells on. Eastern time. Yes. Thank you, Nick. So put the notification bells on so when that video comes out, you can watch it right away as soon as it comes out. I think we have a few more videos this weekend. We have something coming out tomorrow. Name the country. We have that coming out tomorrow at 10 a.m. That's everyone in the office. We did that. It was a little game we played. And on Sunday, we have another wrestling video at 10 a.m. So be on the lookout for those videos this weekend. To people listening to the podcast, watching on YouTube, get behind the paywall, get on our Patreon so you can watch us live every single day of the week. Actually, we have an announcement to make.
Oh boy,
we have a special announcement to make. You're aware of what's going on? This is your announcement to make, Nick. But I want to. Nick has a big announcement right now. So regarding the whole going live thing.
I was just gonna say, I don't have a heart attack. I'm not leaving.
No, no one's leaving, guys.
We are going to spice things up a little bit with a little salt and pepper. I'm going to try something different. So before I say this, we deeply apologize if this is going to inconvenience some of you, but we have to try something different in order to be a little bit more flexible with people that are in here right now because, as you guys know, Big Mike is gone, and we just have to kind of shuffle some people in and out, and it's going to work better for their schedules to do it at a certain time. So we're going to start going in the pit at 1 o'clock Eastern time from now on. Again, that's 1 o'clock Eastern time. We will no longer be going at 8 a.m. So our Patreon people, our YouTube people, we will be going live at 1 o'clock Eastern time, and we are only going to go 3 times a week. We are no longer going every day because we have a lot of stuff going on in here that it's just unfortunately we can't do every day right now. We're not saying it may not come back to that point, but as of right now, we are only going to be going Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Again, that's Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 1 o'clock Eastern time. So again, we sincerely apologize if this is an inconvenience, but as far as Lumberland staff is concerned and just trying some things out, we have to do this because this is what's best for everybody that's in the building.
Yep.
So
best for business.
We we hope that you're able to still watch us and continue to support us with this. And like I said, a little bit of a change, but we think it's going to work out for the best in the long run for us and hopefully for you. So that is the big announcement. Again, that starts on Monday of next week. So today is the last day at 8 o'clock in the morning. Yep. So next week, the schedule will be Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So, and again, maybe we'll get Tuesdays and Thursdays back into the conversation later in the future. But as of right now, that's how we're going to run it because that's what we got to do. And so, yeah. That's the big announcement. If you got any questions, fucking email Casey. Don't fucking email
Casey
me.
at Lumberland. Yeah, honestly, I think afternoons is going to be great, too, because a little bit more energetic. You know, we started off early in the morning, 8 a.m., a little tired. Still got to drink my coffee during the show and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm excited. I think it's going to it's a change, but I think it'll be a good change. Yeah, go ahead. So, yeah, thank you guys for understanding. We're going to be starting that next week. And we're still going to be posting this on the podcast and stuff like that so you can listen to us on any platform that you listen to your podcast. So don't worry about that, guys. We're not going anywhere. We're just changing things up. But, all right, Nick, you ready to get into some topics?
Yeah. I mean, I want to go NFL first. I want to go NFL first.
No, that's what we want to start off with. All right, Davante Adams traded to Las Vegas.
Boy, oh boy, is McDaniels trying to make a statement down
Oh
there.
my God, Derek Carr is throwing to Hunter Renfrow, who had an unbelievable year last year. Davante Adams and Darren Waller.
That offense is fucking nasty.
Stacked. Absolutely
McDaniels is trying
stacked.
to make this one count. Let me tell you.
I mean, if you want a good start, I mean, this is. I mean, I can't think of many better guys to throw to than those three right there.
I mean, Derek Carr's still Derek Carr, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but then you give him a true wide receiver one. Also, they were teammates in college, Davante Adams and Derek Carr.
Were they?
Yeah.
Did not know
that.
that.
Former teammates.
Ooh.
And there was an interview. This was stated multiple times. Derek Carr has said when Davante Adams hits free agency, I'm going to be full force, like full court press trying to get him. He goes, I'll buy him a car if I have to. I'll do whatever it takes. Davante Adams said, this was over last summer. He goes, it's talking about his contract. He goes, right now I'm a Packer. But when that time comes, it would be a dream of mine to play with Derek Carr, with my former teammate Carr again. So this is something that both those guys wanted. This isn't something that was just like, hey, Davante, you're going to Las Vegas, whether you like it or not. I'm sure Davante Adams very much welcomed this move, this trade.
Let's be honest. If he didn't want to go there, the Raiders wouldn't have traded for him because then he wouldn't have stayed there.
So then they traded for him, and now it's 5-year extension,
which is fucking ridiculous.
And
the amount of money they're giving him.
They're giving him. Hold on, let me.
It's like
140 something.
Stupid.
I want to get
He's getting
the
like
exact.
$29 million a year as a wide receiver.
The contract is a 5-year, $141.25 million contract.
Fucking ass.
Average of $29 million a year.
Asinine.
And you're in Las Vegas too. I mean, that is
Unbelievable.
So the trade was officially the Raiders gave them the first and second round picks this year. Do you think that was
That's it. That's not even enough.
I was gonna say I feel like they could have gotten more.
That's not enough.
Maybe they're just keeping in mind the whole, he'll be a free agent. Maybe he won't resign. Maybe that kind of brought his value down.
Have no leverage because maybe they also said you have no leverage because, he wanted to go there and he wasn't going to accept anywhere else and he was going to tell Green Bay, I'm not coming back here. Like you can continue to play this game with me, but I'm not staying here.
Right. I mean, they tried franchise and tagging him, and he said no, which I don't blame him. Right.
Well, at least they did that, so at least they got something for him instead of.
Yeah, I mean, it's better to get a first and a second than letting the guy walk 100%.
The AFC West is fucking insane right now.
So
every team has done something except for the Chiefs, but the Chiefs really didn't need.
They don't need to do anything. You got the Chiefs, obviously. Tyreek Hill, actually, I think an extension is going to be coming out soon for him. But you have the Chiefs. You have the Chargers, who have gotten much better on defense. Of course, the Chargers are the Chargers. You guys see how they play and stuff. But on paper, they look really good. Mm-hmm. And this is Herbert's, his third year? So third-year jump. This is going to be a big year for him. The Broncos, obviously getting Russell Wilson, getting Randy Gregory, getting a few other guys in there to fill out the rest of the team. And now you have the Raiders. They got Chandler Jones, too. And now they got Davante Adams.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't I don't think there's a division. I don't think it's even close to consider a division better than that
AFC
one.
West is the best division, and
Hands
it's not
down.
even close.
I mean,
It's not even close.
you have. I mean, I'm just looking at the divisions now. You got Cardinals, Rams, Niners, Seahawks. Seahawks is out, so you don't have to worry about them. The Cardinals are Rams and 49ers. Who knows what the 49ers are going to do? You got yeah, that's like the only other division that like can maybe compete, but like other than that, this is by far the best
South
division.
Is trash.
AFC South, yeah, you got all right. So AFC East: Bills, Dolphins, Pats, Jets. No. AFC North: Ravens, Bengals, Browns, Steelers. No. South: Texans, Colts, Jaguars, Titans. Embarrassing. You got the AFC West. NFC East: don't even have to go over that. NFC North: Bears, Lions, Packers, Vikings. No. NFC South: Falcons, Panthers, Saints, Buccaneers. Something could happen there. One of those teams gets Deshaun Watson. We'll get into that in a few minutes. And then the West: Cardinals, Rams, Niners, Seahawks. It's not even close. The AFC West is by far the best division in football. And another thing, too, with Davante Adams, the Packers were willing to match the extension, and he said no.
I'm going there.
He said no.
Yeah, so it's not a question of they wanted him. It's a question of they just said no.
Yeah, and he did not want to be there. So what do you think is going through Aaron Rodgers' mind right now?
They had to have at least told him, like, we're trying.
He was aware.
You can't say anything about him being – you can't say they didn't try. They fucking matched the offer.
Right.
You can't say they didn't try.
So, I mean, there was a rumor that they are going to be looking – they were looking for another veteran receiver to give Rodgers, but now
who are you going to get?
That's a great question.
Who are you going to sign OBJ?
I mean, all right, so let's think of a few guys that could be on the table that you could trade for. You have DK Metcalf. Yes, 100%. He's an option. You can go after Jarvis Landry's a free agent. Maybe you can get someone like, obviously he's not a one, but he is someone. OBJ, Robert Woods could be on the block because the Rams just signed Allen Robinson.
That team is just disgusting.
That team's also disgusting, but that's for another time. Julio Jones is a free agent now. Yeah. He has to stay healthy, but he's a free agent. Yeah. Who else do we have? Tyler Lockett maybe could be available on the Seahawks as well. Who did you say? Juju Smith. He could be someone that's available. Yeah, I mean, maybe if the Saints...
It doesn't matter who you bring in. It ain't no Davante.
No, Davante Adams is, in my opinion, the best receiver in football. He has been the last few years. He's led the wide receivers in most, like, the important categories, touchdowns, receptions. He had 170...
He's also had a Hall of Famer throwing the ball to him, too.
Yeah, that helps. But I think, honestly, like... Obviously, Derek Carr ain't no Aaron Rodgers, but Derek Carr has an arm on him, and he can sling that ball.
Not only that, you can spread the field with fucking Waller and fucking
him. Renfro, there's gonna be no double. You can't double anyone.
Anybody. You really can't. And even if you double fucking Davante, you're just Waller's gonna rip you apart in the inside.
Because Waller he's a tight end, but he's a wide receiver. Like he plays like a wide receiver. So we were talking about like the ranking. You got the Chiefs. You got Chargers, Broncos, Raiders. The Raiders were kind of the odd team out. How are you ranking that division right now? How are you ranking that division?
Okay, so on paper. I'm still giving the Chiefs the benefit of the doubt because everything is on paper right now. Of course. Denver's on paper, Las Vegas is on paper, and the Chargers are on paper. So to me, I am still giving it to Kansas City.
Yep.
So.
And then how would you rank the rest of them? 2 to 4.
I'd probably go Kansas City. I'd probably go Los Angeles next. The Chargers. To be honest with you, with this move, I might put Vegas over Denver.
Yeah.
I might put Vegas over Denver.
I think I'm in agreement with you on this one because I don't know.
I mean, Russell Wilson's great. Don't get me wrong, but like they don't have the weapons that fucking Las Vegas has now.
Yeah, I mean, you got Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, but like, I'd rather have Devontae, Hunter Renfrow, and Waller easily. And obviously, Russell Wilson's Wilson.
I'll tell you one thing: Big Mike's little thing about Derek Carr being an MVP might not be out of the question.
Yeah, that honest to God,
that would be out of the question.
That was one of the first things I saw. This definitely could help Derek Carr win an MVP. Mike's prediction for the last like 5-10 years since he's been in the NFL. Yeah, man. I mean, it's that's gonna be a division where you're gonna see 3 teams at least make the playoffs. I mean, realistically, I think all those teams have a very good shot making the postseason.
Let's just every move that happens just tells us that the Patriots are not going to win forever.
Yeah,
the,
I mean,
the Patriots are a bottom half AFC team now.
Yeah,
with everything going on,
they're
I
not.
would say they're a bottom. I mean, obviously the Chiefs are better than them. The Bills are better than them. I'd say the Chargers are better than them now.
I don't think
the Raiders are better than them.
I don't think
now.
there's anyone in that division they're better than. I don't think they're better than the Broncos.
No.
On paper, they're not. Absolutely not. I agree with you.
If Mac Jones comes out like a fucking Tom Brady Jr., then that's not going to happen.
Yeah, that's the only hope at that point because they're not making any moves. Allen Robinson was a guy they could have gotten, but he's off the board
Belichick's
now.
too fucking cheap.
He is way
Belichick's
too
too
cheap.
fucking
I wonder if they'll get receivers in the draft because I feel like that's really the direction they're going down right now. I mean, there's good receivers in the draft, but it's
well, then your offensive line is fucked now too. Trading Shaq, mate. I just still don't understand that move.
Giving him to Brady. If you look at the
Giving
NFC,
him to fucking Brady.
dude, you look at the
All
NFC.
fucking places.
You look at the NFC now. The NFC. Brady came back for a good year.
Oh, he must be thrilled that Davante Adams is out.
The only team he's got to worry about right now is the Rams. That's it.
Well, if Mr. Deshaun Watson goes to the Falcons or the Panthers, then he might be. The Saints. He might be facing him twice a year.
Yeah. So that's a great segue. So if we want to get into Deshaun Watson now, the Panthers are out on Deshaun Watson. So the last two teams standing at this moment are the Saints and the Falcons.
I think he goes to New Orleans.
I think New Orleans is the best option for him. Falcons. I believe he has like roots. He grew up in that area. Or he was like I think he was the ball boy for the Falcons when he was a kid. Or so. I read something. He has ties to Atlanta somehow. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
No shit.
But why would he go to the Falcons? Calvin Ridley's out for a year. So who's he going to throw the ball to? That team isn't. I mean, they have Cordell Patterson.
You get a guy like that, you're going to start bringing. Well, here's the thing: you get a guy like that,
you bring other talent. Yeah,
start coming.
True. That's very true. That's very true.
Start coming.
But like you just look at it right now. I mean, if you look at the teams, the rosters and stuff. I mean, I think New Orleans is a no-brainer.
Matt Ryan, and then you fucking.
So with Matt Ryan, today was the deadline. If he was kept on the roster by the end of today, he was guaranteed $8 million, $7-8 million, I believe. The Falcons pushed that back to Tuesday.
How can you push it back if it's in a contract?
I thought that was pretty. If I was Matt Ryan, I'd be pissed. I'd be pretty pissed because you're just taking $7-8 million away from him. Because now they're just waiting and seeing what Deshaun does.
Right, and then if he comes back, then it's like, all right, Matt, here you go.
This is kind of shitty on the Falcons. Then you're just kind of leaving Matt Ryan in the dust here.
Well,
Same thing with Baker. Really, you interview another quarterback, and then you just kind of like. Hoping he signs and he doesn't. Now it's a bad look, bad relationship.
It is a bad relationship, but again, Matt Ryan loved the guy, but he's done. And fucking Baker Mayfield's a prima donna. I mean, if you have a chance to get a premier quarterback like that, you have to take the chance. It's not like you're in a situation that you drafted a quarterback and we're gonna try to, get rid of him after 2 years. Like,
right.
Mayfield's clearly hasn't been working out. Matt Ryan's at the fucking end of his career. And if you have a chance to bring in a premier guy who's 26, 27 years old, you got to do it.
It's a no-brainer.
You got to do it.
I mean, we said it with the Browns.
You shake up the franchise. You shake up the franchise with the quarterback. You move on and you just go from there. Like it's just, it's business. You got to win. You want to win. Like I would have done the same thing. You have to. Again, if you drafted a quarterback, then obviously you're not doing it. Like for example, the Patriots, if they did that with Mac Jones, that's a totally different story. Because they just drafted him, but. Yeah, I don't know. I just, again, I said this to Johnny the other day. Like, I'm very fortunate that I start 6 rings, but I have a gut feeling that's the last 6
We're not
going to
be getting. We're not going to be getting
some
rings.
the last 6 rings I'll ever see. So,
with Deshaun Watson, we kind of said it with the Browns. Like, if you bring him into Cleveland, that is just just one of the biggest upgrades you can make at the position. I think you can arguably make the same about the Falcons. I mean, not Baker is worse than Matt Ryan, I think, but like Matt Ryan isn't. He's average at best. So it's like that upgrade is unbelievable. And you're right. Like if you get someone like Deshaun Watson, people will follow. I mean, who knows who would sign after
somebody
that?
Went there, people. I mean, here's the thing: they would start to build around him. They would do whatever it takes to build around him. You don't just get a guy like that and then don't get anybody around him.
Right. Right.
Fucking for all I know, fucking Antonio Brown will go to the fucking Falcons.
Yeah. I mean, who knows?
I mean, as crazy as it sounds, he is available.
Yep.
So
he is available.
And I do think someone's going to pick him up.
You still think so?
Yeah. I mean, I hope not, but I mean, somebody will be dumb enough to do it. I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole. But,
Yeah.
You know.
Now, another receiver that could be on the board, kind of segueing into the next one. So Allen Robinson signed with the Rams, 3 years, $60 million, 45, I believe, is guaranteed.
That team is so
great deal for him. I mean, he was on the Bears and he really hasn't had the best stats, but like I mean, look at the situation. I mean, you're in Chicago. You got nothing going for you there, so you can't really put any blame on him. You give him someone like Matt Stafford in that offense with Sean McVay.
He's gonna get more looks because fucking Cooper Kupp's gonna get looks and fucking.
Again, you want to talk about not doubling. You want to talk about not doubling. You can't double anyone on that team, especially if they bring back Odell.
I'm telling you, there are so many good teams in the NFL. It's crazy.
That's great. That's really great.
So many good. I can't remember the last time there were so many good teams in the NFL. Like everybody just. When somebody said before the offseason, they're like, "This might be the craziest offseason," they were right because fucking the amount of turnover that you've seen is crazy.
Mm-hmm. So many teams have gotten better because you have multiple championship contenders. You got the Rams, you got the Buccaneers, you had the Packers. They're not anymore.
They still got Rodgers.
You can, as long as you got Rodgers, you got to put their name in the hat. You got the Bills, you got the Chiefs. And you can, I mean, at some point you can make a Bengals. Obviously, they just made the Super Bowl. You got even Cowboys. You can put the Cowboys in there if you want. They're a good regular season team in the playoffs. They don't show up, but regardless, you got a lot of teams that can go for it all this year.
You got a lot of good quarterbacks in the league.
And you also have some teams that could pull a Bengals of last year, just like a surprise team, and that could be any team in the AFC West. It can be a large number. Any team that gets Deshaun Watson, that team too, like crazy. So they get Allen Robinson, the Rams. Do you think Robert Woods gets traded? Just tore his ACL last year. Odell Beckham is also a free agent, so they can bring him back.
If they bring OBJ back, I think he's definitely going to get traded. Yeah, there's no room.
That's the issue.
There's
it's
no
just
room.
Odd man out.
If you don't sign OBJ, then you have him back.
Right.
If you bring OBJ back, there's no room.
It's also to be seen what his trade value, his market's going to be like because he did tear his ACL and he's not young. He's been in the league for a while, so it's not.
If they can't find a trade,
then just keep him at that point. Yeah. I mean, he's a great player. He's a great guy to have around. It's just.
Let's just say this: if he's your 3, you're doing okay.
Yeah, if Robert Woods is your 3, you're doing just fine. I mean, if he stayed healthy at the end of last year,
he'd be the fucking Patriots 1. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Oh my God, without doubt, easily. I was seeing a bunch of tweets yesterday after that trade went down. And you saw the depth chart for the Packers and their receivers. You have Lazard, Randall Cobb as your 1 and 2. People were like, "Quick, get on the phone with the Packers and give them N'Keal Harry for some picks while they're weak, while they're down. Go give them N'Keal Harry. Tell them that he's worth some early draft picks or something like that."
They'd be lucky if they got a fucking 7th-round pick for him.
They would be very lucky if they got anything in return for him.
He's terrible.
Yeah,
he'll probably be on the team though next year because fucking once again, Belichick's just letting everybody fucking do everything and he's doing nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not looking.
Literally doing nothing. This team is gonna suck next year.
I'm not looking forward to watching.
They're gonna get steamrolled next year. I have a bad feeling because their defense is terrible and it just got a lot worse.
Yeah.
So
a
lot worse.
So we're gonna support them, but at least our expectations are low, so we're not gonna let ourselves down. You know what I mean?
The thing I don't understand, right, is you spend so much money last year.
Yep.
Why wouldn't you continue to build off what you did last year for the rookie for fucking Mac Jones?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's on his rookie deal. Like, this is the time that you're able to spend before you're going to have to pay him at some point if he develops into what you think he's going to develop into.
Right.
You know? What are you going to say? Oh, I'm not going to pay you Mac Jones in 4 or 5 years? I mean, what are we doing here? I mean, again, I love Belichick as a coach. I fucking can't stand him fucking running the fucking executive shit.
Mm-hmm.
I just... No offense, but, like, what is he doing? Like, what the fuck is he doing?
No offense taken, Nick.
What the fuck is he doing?
I think a lot of people are asking the same thing.
How does Kraft just sit there and be like, look at what's happening right now? Like, what are you doing? I don't know. Maybe those conversations are happening. We just never know about it.
Right. Well, I mean, Off season isn't over yet. Who knows? They can.
Yeah, but all the
maybe
big
they'll
guys are
surprise
gone.
us.
All the big guys are gone.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Fucking get your premier guys in the draft again?
I mean, we did mention guys that could be available for trade. That could, for the Patriots, that could be guys that are in for them. Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf, maybe Michael Thomas if the Saints don't get Deshaun and they just want to fucking rip it apart. I mean, I don't know either. But one more.
I don't like their chances at all.
No,
next year.
I don't either.
I
mean, it's the Bills division too. Let's not act like we even have a chance of winning the division regardless. The Bills are. It was close last year, but I think the Bills. I mean,
it was close last year because you made all those upgrades and you had a rookie quarterback, but
And now look, the Bills. They made upgrades. They got Von Miller. They got who was the other guy they got? They got someone else. I forget who. Oh, they got. They were gonna get McKissick, but he ended up going back to Washington. But I think there was someone else. But regardless, I mean, it was close last year. I think also coming off of the playoff loss to the Chiefs.
That was just reality that they were light years ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't stop them.
Also, yeah, I mean,
Once.
and then we faced off in the playoffs and they destroyed us. So the regular season doesn't really matter.
They scored a touchdown on every possession.
They didn't even punt.
Every possession.
They didn't even punt. It was impressive. It was actually a lot. It was a lot of fun to watch.
It was embarrassing for the Patriots.
Very embarrassing for the Patriots.
Embarrassing. And the thing is like, after a game like that, I would fucking blow up my defense and fucking start over again.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's why Bill's fucking coaching in the NFL, and I'm fucking here fucking touching up. So.
Come on, Nick. I think you'd be a great coach in the NFL.
You know what? I fucking tell you one thing. I'd fucking go get guys every fucking year to fucking win.
Mm-hmm. Kind of pull a McVay. Fuck the draft picks. Fuck the draft picks. Just go out and trade them for impact players.
Here's the thing.
Now.
The draft is no guarantees. If you get a guy who's proven, get him. Like, no offense. Like, if you told me DK Metcalf could be available for a first-round pick, I would give him the 21st overall pick.
Heartbeat.
Because, no offense, that wide receiver that comes out, I don't care if it's the guy from Alabama or not, you have no idea if he's going to work.
Even like when Amari Cooper was available, it was just like, would you rather have Amari Cooper or draft? Obviously, you're not trading a first for him, but just just saying, would you rather have Amari Cooper or draft someone with that first pick? I'd probably rather have Amari Cooper because he's proven. Right. He's had 1,000-yard seasons. I think he's the only receiver in his first 6-7 years in the league to have at least 5 touchdowns each season. So, I mean, the guy is proven. But, yeah, it's to be seen what else they do. Yep. One last football topic. We kind of touched up on him a tiny bit. So, Baker Mayfield requested a trade from Cleveland, and they shot that down immediately. And I don't know if this is going to turn into just a whole scene now. I mean, he's going to be like, I'm not playing for you guys. You have to trade me. I don't know. He doesn't really have much leverage there.
What leverage do you have?
He's got nothing.
It's not like you're an Aaron Rodgers that you can fucking do that.
100%.
You're not a Tom Brady that you can do that.
Yep.
You don't have that leverage at all.
You want to play that? You want to play that game? Go right ahead, dude. I mean, I'm sure they'd have no problem replacing his ass. I mean, he's not the worst quarterback in the league, but I'll tell you what, he's definitely isn't. For me, he's not in the top half. He's not. I don't have any faith in Baker Mayfield. So that's just a whole nother thing going on in football that we'll see unfold in the future. This happened the other day, Nick. I don't know if you saw this. I kind of wanted to show you this and kind of get your thoughts on it. So, the Boston Celtics played the Golden State Warriors the other night.
The Marcus Smart thing.
The Marcus Smart thing. Have you watched this play or heard anything about it?
I've heard about it. Haven't seen the play.
Okay, so people that are unaware of what happened and stuff. So the Celtics played the Warriors, I believe, Wednesday night, late game. They were in Golden State, and it was in the first or second quarter of the game. Loose ball. Marcus Smart goes to make a play for the ball, dives on the floor, and he ended up falling on top of Steph Curry's ankle. Steph Curry is out indefinitely. Now he sprained something in his ankle, good enough for him to be out for at least a month. They're hoping that he'll be back for the playoffs. So that's just a whole nother
thing.
Their
fucking story if he can't come back.
That's really tough for the Warriors.
Finally get Klay Thompson back, and now he's out.
Right. So that happened, and this was the play. I just want you to watch it. I want to get your 2 cents, what you think, because it's people are saying it's dirty, some people saying it's clean. I just want to get your opinion. So loose ball.
Do it again.
Yep.
Sorry.
I want to see if
That just happened so damn fast.
I want to see if they get a close up. Okay, yeah. So here we go.
He's going after the ball.
Like again, I know I'm a Celtics fan and everything like that.
His foot just ended up being
It's
down there.
that is a freak thing. You can't. And then this happened right after. He went for the block and he got caught up and he kicked him. People were pissed off about that too, but that was just a fucking.
No, that's not a freak. That's not a dirty play.
So
that's basketball.
a lot of people were pissed
if that
off.
wasn't Steph Curry, people wouldn't be saying that. I'm sorry.
I 100,000% agree with that. If you are a basketball fan, you see that, and you are unaware of how Marcus Smart plays on a night-to-night basis. This guy throws his body around like it's nothing. He dives for every loose ball. He makes plays for the ball every time down the floor, whether it's on offense, on defense. He busts his ass more than 99% of the guys in the NBA. That is a basketball play that he made. He's not going for his ankle. He is diving for the ball directly, and as he's going for the ball, Steph Curry's ankle gets underneath Marcus. And it's an awful injury. It sucks for Steph Curry because Steph Curry is a lot of people like Steph Curry. He's one of the premier best players in the NBA, and you don't want to see anyone get hurt. But you cannot get mad at someone like Marcus Smart, call him a dirty player for doing something like that.
His own teammates even said it wasn't dirty.
Draymond Green came out and said, "I can't call it a dirty play." He goes, "It's basketball. That's a basketball play right there." And then they talked about the kick afterwards, and Draymond Green's like, "I can't say anything about that either. I've kicked guys before. It just happens." Yeah, and Steve Kerr was pissed when it happened.
Of course he was.
He was
just
bringing
lost his fucking prima donna boy.
Bringing Marcus to the side and was kind of like, look, I don't know the words that were being said, but he was not happy. Marcus Smart said afterwards that Steve Kerr was just like, obviously heat of the moment, but he was saying like they have a good relationship with each other. He was his Team USA coach, and he understands how Marcus Smart plays. And it's not like Marcus Smart was doing that with the intention of hurting anyone. He's not a dirty player. He's a hustle player. He's a hard worker, gritty guy that unfortunately Steph Curry got hurt in this case.
I'll say it again. If that was a no name, not even having a conversation about
and
it.
I agree with you there, Nick. If this was like a bench player for the Utah Jazz or the Orlando Magic, no one would even bat an eye. It
happened to Steph Curry. That's why they're talking about it.
No one would bat an eye. And because it's Steph Curry, that's why people are talking about it. One more NBA topic. I didn't write this down, but now that it just came to my mind. So last night, the NBA had its 8th 50-point game in 2020 in March of 2022. So
somebody scoring 50 points.
Yes. So last night, Saddiq Bey, he plays for the Detroit Pistons. He's a wing player, shooting guard wing player. He scored 51. There have been 8 50-point games in March. Most 50-point games in a month in the last 50 seasons. And I believe the only other time was in the 60s, I believe. I want to pull this up on my phone because I remember I liked the tweet. But you had Kyrie score 50-plus twice. He actually had 60 the other night. We didn't talk about that in the pit the other day, but he had 60 against the Orlando Magic. Yeah. And in my opinion, honestly, may have been one of the best scoring games I've personally ever seen because the efficiency off the charts. If they won by 40, if that was a close game, Nick, I'm not exaggerating when I say he would have broken Kobe's 81. He would have gotten 80 points. He was playing.
Well, no one's questioning. No one's
so,
ever questioned his fucking basketball
skills.
It's
just his decisions off the court. So the most the NBA has seen in a month was 9 in 1962, most 50-point games, and they're at 8 already, and it's the 18th of March. So they can easily surpass that. And this month, you had Kyrie score 60 and 50. Karl Anthony Towns on the Timberwolves had 60. LeBron James scored 56 and 50 within a few games of each other. Jason Tatum had 54. Kevin Durant had 53. And Saddiq Bey last night on the Pistons had 51.
Didn't Tatum have one this month?
Yeah, he had 54 against the Nets.
Yeah.
Kyrie had 50. I think Kyrie had 50, and then the very next game for the Nets, KD had 53, and that was the first time in NBA history when teammates of the same team scored 50 points in back-to-back games.
There you go.
there is something in the water right now in the NBA. The scoring is just off the charts. Right?
It's called no defense.
It's called no defense. It's March Madness, not even college basketball in the NBA too. Just crazy numbers that have been going up this month. It's wild. And sticking with basketball, a little bit of March Madness. Well, yesterday was the first day of March Madness, and we already had a ton of upsets. Bless you, Nick. First one, we'll just start off. Kentucky, the number 2 seed, losing to 15 seed St. Mary's. John had Kentucky winning in our bracket upstairs. Big Mike also had Kentucky winning.
Those brackets are done.
Bracket buster. I believe there's only 600 perfect brackets left out of the tens of millions that were made. So Kentucky, they choked. It went to overtime. A lot of big shots are being hit by St. Peter's. There's this one guy, number 25.
They played the game of their life is what happened.
Dude, I mean, you can't play to your competition like Kentucky. Dude, March Madness, it doesn't matter if you're playing a 15 seed or number 1 seed. You got to play your opponent.
Got the same record. You're all there now. So.
When March Madness begins, every team is 0-0. It doesn't matter what you were before. It only matters what you are now. I believe his name was it Banks? Number 20. No, that was number 5. I forget what his name was, but he was putting on a show. Kentucky, they had one guy go off for 30. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. Toshibwe or something like that. No. If you want to give it a shot, here. Give this name a shot. Tahibwe? Tahibwe? All right, we'll go with Tahibwe. He had 30 points. Actually averaged 17 and 15 this year. I don't know where he ranks in the draft, but I'm sure he is going to be a prospect to be looked at. So you had that. You had Richmond, number 12, beat number 5, Iowa. Cool about Richmond is one of the former Marianapolis basketball player, Tyler Burton, plays for Richmond, and he's been killing it for them this year. He had 18 and 11 yesterday, 3 steals. Big reason why they won. So shout out to you, TB. He told Kevin, he reached out to Kevin a little while ago and said that he watches us on TikTok and all that stuff. So Tyler, if you're watching, congrats, man. Good luck to you. Happy to see you doing well, man. So Richmond, number 12, upset number 5, Iowa. New Mexico State, number 12, beating UConn. Number 5, UConn, actually, a lot of people thought they were going to make a decent run this year. They're out. Memphis beat Boise State, 9 beating 8. Not too big of an upset, but
Hardaway,
Penny Hardaway gets his NCAA tournament win. Amani Bates, who was going to be a top prospect for this year's draft, returned. He's been out since January with an ankle. He's been out with an injury. I forget which injury it was. He came back. Michigan, number 11, beating number 6, Colorado State. I'm not too crazy of an upset. Michigan was the favorite going into this matchup, but they were only 18 and 14 this year. They honestly barely made it into the tournament. A lot of people believe they didn't deserve to be in the tournament, but they won the first game, so obviously they are very deserving of being here. And then Creighton, number 9, beat San Diego State, number 8. A lot of great games, and today is going to be just as jam-packed. You have your first game on at 12:15, Loyola College playing, and then you got games all day long up until 10 o'clock tonight. So March Madness is here. Hopefully everyone's enjoying it. Let us know how your brackets.
Johnny's sick.
Yeah, Johnny's sick to his stomach of how his bracket is. He was talking about here's the thing with March Madness and brackets, stuff like that. And this is no shot to Johnny or anything like that, but you can do as much research as you want and watch as many games as you want, but at the end of the day, March Madness is all about not I'm not trying to say luck, but you can't predict the shit that happens in March Madness. Because this is, like you said, it's not about the records before. It's your record 0-0 going into this tournament. It's anyone's game at this point. Anyone can win. And college basketball is such a special thing. March Madness is so special because a lot of these guys are playing for their career, really. A lot of these guys, like seniors especially, they might never be able to play again. This might be their last time to make a name for themselves and go into the draft and go into the NBA. This could be the last game of their life. You know what I mean? So it's like these guys go out there like it's their last game, which is what makes it so enjoyable, so competitive, so much fun to watch. And it's it's a lot of fun to watch. So March Madness is here. It's going, and a lot of great games so far. So moving on from sports, now we have actually, we'll talk about this one really quick. NFL draft. A lot of odds have been changing as far as who the number one pick is going to be. You've had Evan Neal, who I believe he goes to what school does Evan Neal go to? Hold on. Evan Neal was projected to go number one for a little bit. He went to Alabama. He was a tackle. Then you had Ikem Ekwonu again. Iguana. He is a pass rusher. I forget what team he's on as well. But a lot of different guys have been going back and forth who's going to go number one. Now it's clear-cut favorite. Aiden Hutchinson from Michigan, the edge. Literally can play any position on defense. He is the big favorite to go number one in this year's draft, which I believe is next. Is it next? When's
next month? Yeah, it's April 29th, I think, right?
April 28th to the 30th. Yep. So next month we have the draft, and right now it looks like Aiden Hutchinson is going to go to the Jaguars. He's a minus 350 favorite, which is just, I mean, it's a telling sign that he's probably going to go number one. So that's what's going on in college football, to update everyone there. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, the Jaguars kind of need a little bit of everything right now. They've signed some receivers. They signed Zay Jones. They signed who was the other receiver that they signed?
Jaguars?
Yeah.
They've been on a spending spree.
They have been on a spending spree. They've also just signed like bottom, not like great, no like crazy name receivers. They do. Oh, Christian Kirk. That's who it was on the Cardinals. They gave him a big deal. Zay Jones. They have Marvin Jones and Evan Ingram on the from the Giants, the tight end. So they've been making some moves. I guess adding to their defense here. He'd be a great pickup. He's unbelievable. He was great at Michigan. So something to keep an eye out for there. Next topic, Nick. Are you a fan? Have you ever watched Wheel of Fortune before?
I've never constantly watched it. I've seen an episode or two.
Okay.
I have nothing against it. I just never watched it.
No, nothing wrong with that. So we had a few recently. There have been some controversy on the show because of some people that are just like, the answer is right there. You're just you know, everyone knows what it is, but these contestants for some reason just are clueless and can't get it wrong. And this was trending on Twitter. People are pissed off at these contestants for not knowing these simple finishing the puzzle and stuff like that. So here, paddle boat. Renting a paddle boat is what she said. They're going to keep going. Let me see. Now you know. There's no... I mean, look what we have here. Said the same thing that she just said. She's going to spin. M.
A pennon boat?
A W. Pudab. This guy goes back. Pedal boat.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking thing.
Pedal. But it wasn't pedal because pedal is a 6-letter word. It's spelled differently, and there was no T in it. They said there was no T, and they kept saying it.
That's what I was thinking. It was paddle with an L.
I didn't even see this one. Okay. I didn't see it. I think it's cap. I think the saying is cap.
Why are you putting a G? I would have said you. Just
Right?
get the your.
Yeah, you get.
I would have done the I too. Just get the I.
Oh, I was gonna say get the million. 6,000. Oh.
What an idiot.
I've never heard someone say that in my life.
What an idiot. Another feather in your...
I think it's cap. Another feather in your cap. I think that's what the saying is. She's going... They just... And the people that don't know are watching, look up Wheel of Fortune on Twitter. All right, so you have a P. Look it up on Twitter and get mad yourself. Your map?
Your map?
Your map? What?
I would have just kept putting the fucking letters together.
And they keep going. There, all right, so it is that. Now, if you said on your cap, that just would have been internet breaking. People would have been boycotting Wheel of Fortune. But yeah, so that's been going on. That's happened on more than one occasion. I'm starting to think that there's a little conspiracy going on. Maybe they're trying to do this for ratings, some views here, to get people talking about the show, because some of these have just been ridiculous.
Surprised.
Wonder what Sophie feels about that, because I think she watches Wheel of Fortune from time to time. So next topic, we have a dentist is found guilty of intentionally damaging patients' teeth to make more money.
This stuff, I'm surprised there's not more stories that come out about this, because I totally could see this happening just to make more money.
So there was a dentist in Wisconsin who was convicted on 5 counts of healthcare fraud last week after he was found guilty of intentionally damaging several patients' teeth. Scott Charmoli, 61, would show his patients an x-ray of their teeth and lead them to believe that there was a spot on there, meaning that their healthy tooth was fractured or decayed. And these were false x-rays. That it just was not true. So they said, like, okay, we see it. We'll do the procedure, whatever, when it just wasn't necessary. This one patient says she was advised to get 2 crowns done at once to avoid undergoing repeated anesthesia. Then the person also admitted that the teeth weren't bothering him at all, but he still listened to him and goes, it seemed excessive, but I didn't know any better. He was the professional. I just trusted him. So he got, after insurance, he would break the tooth. So he would break the tooth during the procedure, take an x-ray, and then be handed off to the insurance company as part of the claim. Since the insurance wouldn't cover the entire cost of the procedure, his patients were expected to cover the rest. He got $318,000 out of the $745,000 in claims between 2 years, and received an additional $115,000 on claims in the first 6 months of 2019. So this guy was stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars.
They're going to fucking roast this guy.
This guy is going to go to prison for a long time. He's 61 too, so yeah, he's done.
He'll never be a dentist again.
He is facing upwards of 20 years in prison, and he's facing medical malpractice lawsuits in Washington County from nearly 100 patients. 100 patients.
And they will win.
Yeah, 100 million %. So that don't screw it. I don't know how people think they can get away with stuff like this. It all comes out eventually. And last topic we have is there was a brawl at a high school basketball game. A fan at a high school basketball game in Minnesota faces charges after he was accused of assaulting a referee. A foul was called 50 seconds left in the game, and before a player went to shoot free throws, an object was tossed from the stands at the referee. It was a 45-year-old fan. It wasn't even a kid. It was a 45-year-old. He threw in a bag of popcorn, which got him ejected. And then he flipped off the referee and shouted explicit language. And then it turned physical. He approached the court, grabbed the referee's whistle and shirt. He is shown tearing the referee's whistle off his lanyard. Is there a video that we could play here? Let's see if we can find this high school basketball fight. Is this it right here? Oh, that's not it right there, but holy shit, what is this? Whoa! These guys are swinging at each other.
Some people take shit just too fucking far.
Yeah, so I can't find a video, but dude, some like parents take it so serious. So there was one time,
You literally just make yourself look like an ass.
even sometimes the coaches. So I have 2 quick stories if you don't mind. So when I was at Marianapolis, the first one I'm going to talk about, I was a sophomore. I was on the basketball team. We traveled to the school called Rocky Hill, and it was a JV varsity thing. So we had the 2 teams playing, and the second game was going on. So I'm in the stands. My game was over and stuff like that, and the other team was playing. And they were going up against these kids, and some of them were like, I don't know, some of them were dickheads. One of them especially. So I was always that one kid that was in the crowds that would be chirping at people. I mean, I'm a student. I'm going at the other kids my age. I wasn't saying anything crazy. Just, just chirping people, whatever. I don't even know what I said. I said there was one kid that was getting pissed off with the refs, and he was like screaming at the people in the stands. Like there was like a family there, like a grandmother and a mother there, and he told the grandmother, "Shut up, old lady." And I'm sitting in the front row, and I'm like, bro, you can't just be saying that to people. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? This guy looks at me. He starts walking up to me, and then he starts backing away because the refs were getting there and the teammates. He takes his jersey and rips it in half right in front of me. And I'm like, do you feel tough? I was like, what are you going to do? Beat the shit out of me right now? And then one of the parents from Marianapolis came up to me. He goes, keep doing it. It's working. So they were like encouraging me to keep going. People take that shit seriously. And then another instance, I believe I was a senior. I was either a junior or a senior. I wasn't playing. There was a game going on, and we were chirping the team, the ref, the coach of the other team, and the coach was getting pissed off. He got 2 technical fouls for screaming at us, the students in the stands, and he had to be escorted out of the building because he was legitimately like trying to come at us, the fans in the stands and stuff like that. And we had to have like our athletic director, our another guy that does like I forget what the terminology is, but he was like the take care of the athletes and stuff like that, like with like recovery and stuff like that. Trainer. That's the word I'm thinking of. Trainer. They had to take these 2 guys and had to like escort him out of the building because he was just screaming at everyone and everything. People take things too seriously. Listen, it's high school. You're kids. You can have some fun and stuff like that. But when the adults get involved and stuff like shit, come on, man. Grow up. Grow the hell up. I think that's all we got for topics here. I'm going to see if we got any comments. If you guys have any questions in the comments, throw it in there. We can answer some questions right now. Let's see what we got. Talking about the AFC West. The AFC West is the best division in football. Absolutely. Robert, we'll cover this really quick in case people don't know. Did Big Mike isn't at Lumberland anymore? No, he is not. He fortunately found another job. He is off doing his thing now, but he is always going to be a part of Lumberland. He's always going to be our family and stuff. And I'm sure, down the line, maybe we'll see him again in some content and stuff. But for now, he's off doing his own thing. But we love Mike. I think he's actually in Arizona right now. He is out with his friends, I think a bachelor party or something like that. So that's where he is. But no, he is not with us anymore for the time being. Let's see what we got. Who are the 2 teams in the ones this year? Who wins how many games? I don't really know. Aaron Rodgers is like the pretty girl. You gotta tell us. You gotta tell her she's pretty every day. Where's Carlos Correa going? Do you have any thoughts on that? We didn't really talk about baseball today, but I don't think anything crazy really happened.
I don't know where the fuck this guy's going. Like, I'm surprised he still hasn't signed.
Yeah.
I wonder why he hasn't signed, because I'm sure no one's giving him the money that he wants.
Trevor Story hasn't signed yet either.
No.
That's another guy.
Well, I think he's waiting for Correa to sign.
So Johnny actually sent this article in our group chat yesterday. The Orioles are working on a new offer for Carlos Correa. The Orioles.
Why would he fucking go there?
The initial offer was I don't know if this is when this happened, whatever.
You would never win again if you go there.
8 years, $360 million.
Ugh.
But, like, if you're going to go after someone like Correa, you got to go after other guys, too. You can't just get Correa and just pay him, and that's that. You got to get something else.
I don't know about that one.
I still think who did I say? Where did I say Correa was going to go? Obviously not the Dodgers. I mean, the Yankees, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I honestly can't even think of a team that he could go to. Maybe Houston.
Maybe he
Just goes back, maybe takes a 1-year deal or does whatever he wants to do or takes the big money, whatever he wants. Let's see. Jesus in the comments goes, Big Nick, can you give me some words of encouragement? I'm hungover and still hurt over Iowa losing yesterday.
I'm sorry that your team lost yesterday, buddy, but that's the beauty of sports. Anybody can win at any given time. And, don't take it out on yourself. And, don't beat yourself up because, Iowa doesn't care that you're hungover. So, no offense. But, sorry your team lost, but don't beat yourself up
Fair
that
enough.
much.
Fair enough. Hey, at least it's a Friday and not like a Monday or something like that. Let's see. My old orthodontist used to work on people's teeth with tools that weren't clean. Ugh.
Okay. This just makes me never want to go back.
You gotta go somewhere. Yeah, hopefully you went somewhere.
I gotta go to the dentist at some point.
Fuck that. I think I gotta go in a few months. I hate the dentists. I've never had. Here's the thing. Knock on wood. I've never had a cavity. I've never had. The only thing I've ever had to do with my teeth is I had to get not braids. I got Invisalign. I got Invisalign. It's little plastic things you put on your teeth. They change every few weeks. Yeah, invisible braces. I almost said bracelets. Invisible braces. You just it's the same thing essentially, but it's just you can take them on and off. I never had any cavities or nothing. I don't even know why I have to fucking go to the dentist. It's ridiculous. If you had the first overall pick, so I get for fantasy football, because we're gonna be fantasy football. I'll be doing that again in a few months. Who would you take first overall, Nick? Derrick Henry or Jonathan Taylor on the Colts?
I'd say based off of last year, it's gonna have to be Taylor.
Right. Yeah, I've assumed Derrick Henry is going to be healthy. Assuming he's healthy next year and stuff like that. I mean, you can't go wrong with either, but I think Jonathan Taylor at this point, he's a proven rusher and he can catch the ball. So you get a lot out of him there. And I think that's all we got for comments. If you guys got anything else, throw it in there. Do we have anything to say? Do you have any not animal fact of there anything? I don't think we have anything on Fridays.
We don't really do anything on Fridays.
All right, well, you have any last words to say, Nick, before we sign off here?
Well, let's see. Nothing really comes to mind, but, just want to say, we hope that you join us on the 1 o'clock journey.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if it doesn't work out for you, we sincerely apologize. We hope we can catch you at some point. And we're just trying out some things. And, yeah, I don't really have a lot to say right now, but
right.
That's about it. And hope you all have a good weekend and be safe and be smart. So,
all right, have a good weekend, everyone.
That's a wrap.